At-Tawhid! Yeah, Tawhid is the best thing ever. Literally, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just said, you. So how can I not constantly be in gratitude for that and pray that I die upon what He chose for me? Well, I grew up in Zimbabwe and really didn't know any Muslims at all. I think my first interaction with Muslims was at university, because I went to university in East London at Queen Mary and Westfield College. And of course, it's a very Muslim area. So I saw Muslims from like afar, and I just thought, some weird Asian people, to be honest. I didn't think anything about it because I was very involved in my own kind of activism and Afro-Caribbean society and battling racism and stuff like that. So I didn't really pay much attention to Muslims. And I wasn't seeking anyway. I wasn't looking for religion. I thought I knew who I was and I found pretty much my path in life. So I wasn't curious in any way. It was just there. It's just these other people who've got their own way of doing things. Like, okay, fine. I grew up pretty much like any other middle-class teenager in Zimbabwe. So partying and school, and I did very well at school actually. I was a public speaking champion, I was an actress, I was a singer, I was all the things. So I always had a lot of confidence, mashallah, a lot of confidence. So I lived very confidently. I left home at 18, I came to the UK for university, and when I got into university, I jumped straight into, the African Caribbean Society. I was elected as the president. So I was doing my thing, and just, enjoying as much of London as I could. And it was really, like I said, not something that I was looking to change. I didn't have any kind of crisis or any really moment of like, oh my gosh, what is this life? It was literally just the fact that I went to Egypt for a music festival, and I just started kind of questioning why people were doing what they were doing. And managed to meet some rather amazing individuals who gave me answers that really got me thinking about how I'd been living my life up to now. And the thing is, I think for most people, what we live in our teens and early adulthood is an unexamined life, right? Very few of us spend much time thinking about why we do the things that we do. We just go with the flow. So I think it's only when you come kind of face to face with maybe a worldview or an argument or an opinion that is completely different to anything you've ever heard, that you actually look at your life and you think, okay, not everyone does things the way I'm doing them. Why do I do things the way I do? And why are they doing things the way they're doing them? And that was really kind of what got me thinking about Islam, is that I had that kind of clash. And then, once I had the clash, it's one of those things, it's like once you see it, you can't unsee it. My friend Cheryl, who was a Jamaican sister who I was at university with, and she became Muslim before me. And I actually went to her with a lot of my concerns about being black and being Muslim. And she was the one who just made it really clear to me to say, look, there are African Muslims, there are black Muslims. You need to stop messing around and actually look into this properly. And she was a huge part of my journey. I think the fact that you are usually doing a complete life overhaul. I think you obviously want to do everything right, and that can be quite overwhelming. So I'd say there's that journey that you have to go on, but then there's also, I think, the maybe lack of understanding of the community, or even not finding a community. I think that's very stressful for new Muslims, because you don't always find your people. So I think that that's one of the biggest issues. Because I had a community, because there were lots of people at university who were becoming Muslim or coming back to Islam. So I had the community, but it's more than nafs. You mourn the person that you were before. Sometimes you miss things that you used to do. Sometimes you're not comfortable with the new things that you are doing. So it literally is that, that journey with the nafs, and kind of reminding yourself of why you're doing it, and staying on track and staying committed to the process, because it is a process and it should be seen like that. Oh, nobody was happy. Nobody was happy for that, because I was the life of the party before Islam, and everyone knew me for that. So once I started covering just a little bit, even just covering my hair, with a head wrap, people were just like, whoa, 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 what's happening? We're losing you. And I think that that's a very real concern that the people around the revert have. We're losing the person that we knew and loved. And sometimes they actually do lose you for a while because you're so intent on becoming a new person that you don't realize that you're actually just cutting off the person you were before, maybe unnecessarily. So I think that, I think that's a big part of it. Again, it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has chosen you for this journey, and it's a privilege. It really, really is a privilege. That's how I see it. He didn't have to guide me. He didn't have to put anything in my heart because I wasn't looking for anything. And I didn't pray and say, God, guide me. I wasn't religious at all. Like, I didn't have a crisis, nothing. Literally, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just said, you. So how can I not constantly be in gratitude for that and pray that I die upon what He chose for me, subhanahu wa ta'ala.
What is beautiful about Islam and what is beautiful about being a Muslim?
At-Tawhid! Yeah, Tawhid is the best thing ever. Tawhid is the best thing ever. It is such a clear, logical, unequivocal framework for who your God is, who the Lord is, who your deity is. And you can't argue with Tawheed. Like, nobody can argue with Tawheed or try to catch you out or anything. No, it's Tawheed and that's it. So that belief that anchors you, even if you decide that I can't do this anymore, I can't stop doing this, or I have these sins or these temptations, Tawheed, you can't leave Tawheed. Tawheed is the peg, is the anchor. Open your heart and pray. Open your heart and ask the being that you believe is in charge, if you believe there is one, just ask Him to guide you and do the research for yourself. Because when we're raised, whether you believe it or not, when we're raised, you will be raised alone. So you need to be sure in your heart, I did my due diligence, I did everything that I could to be sure of the pathway that I chose, whether you want to come in or you want to leave. May Allah guide us all and keep us firm on the straight path. Ameen.